In this video, I took appeasement to the max. The Czechs, Poland, even France. Could I defeat tyranny when they finally knocked on my door? Watch a video to see. Welcome back to my channel. Today I've got a little bit of an interesting idea, and we'll be needing to play as the UK today, so let's leave Iron Man mode on and historical AI, and let's just get right into it. Alright everyone, welcome to the United Kingdom. It is nice being a major nation. We have ourselves 62 factories, almost 300,000 manpower, basically no war support, but we are very stable. This lack of war support will probably define our run here today, because as you can tell from the title, we're going to be appeasing to the max. That is what his reaction is to that information. We're just going to let him run wild and do whatever he wants to do here in Europe, and we'll just sit around and, I guess, watch. Military factories? No, we have no need for military factories. Let's build civilian factories, right? Why would we need military factories? Of course, let's keep going steady as she goes. Rest in peace, George V. He has passed away. Now we have Edward VIII, who is going to cripple our stability. Japan has abandoned the naval treaty. Come on, guys. That's not very nice of you. And there we are, steady as she goes. Alright, and we're not going to be decolonizing today. We're going to reinforce the empire, so let's do that now. Okay, also we have a request from Ethiopia now. Should we allow them? No, I don't think we should. Why would we allow them? We don't want to be at odds with Italy. We don't want to be in a conflict here. No, we cannot allow this. Sorry, Ethiopia. That's right. We're appeasing so hard today. We're even appeasing Mussolini. That's how you know I'm serious about this challenge. The first big event has come up, the remilitarization of the Rhineland. We're not going to be doing any military operations as a result of this, so we'll just issue an objection for right now. We also have the Montreux Convention. We could back the Turks, but no, we don't concern ourselves with Turkey. We're appeasing the Soviet Union in this case. So good luck, guys. We'll take the stability hit. We'll be appeasing Stalin here with this one. Alright, there we go. Empire has been reinforced. No, we don't want to do limited rearmament. We don't want to rearm at all. Why would we rearm? Let's do service overseas. Just got the event for the abdication crisis. So Edward VIII, yeah, he has abdicated the throne. We've got George VI now. That's a much better alternative, because he gives us stability, unlike Edward. This is actually a very nice focus. Colonial elite for plus 7% research speed. So we're going to go ahead and do that, of course. Also, I do want to apologize if I sound a bit different in this video. Got a bit of a cold right now, so may sound congested, and if so, that's the reason why. Honestly, to really stack on that research speed bonus, we're going to give refuge to both German and Italian scientists. We'll do German scientists first. This is going to hurt our stability, of course. And there we go. By encouraging colonial elite, we now have plus 25% research speed buff already. You know what? I guess we'll do a bit of a limited rearmament. Very limited. Just the civs. That's all I want. I don't want mills. Just give me the 4 civs, please. Well, there goes Ethiopia. Okay, the Ethiopian government is still somewhere exiled. Not sure where. Bulgaria pressures us to lift their army restrictions. Of course, we'll appease Bulgaria. Lift the restrictions, everyone. Here we go, and here he is. Stanley Baldwin has resigned. He's retiring. He's 70 years old. Yes, go ahead, Stanley. We would like Mr. Chamberlain, and there is our appeaser, giving us minus 5% war support. Neville, welcome in. You will be the spirit of this video. I didn't realize that. He is also a rearmer, so let's do a little bit of general rearmament. And Austria has broken their own treaty, and you know what? We're going to appease them. We're not going to try to slow them down. We'll just let them. Go ahead, guys. France has asked to join the Allies. Britain and France remain bastions of democracy and liberty. Of course, France... No. Never mind, France. Sorry. We're not going to let you in the Allies. Belgium has repudiated our guarantee. That's good, because we don't want to be guaranteeing Belgium. They're in, let's just say, the splash zone of the German Reich. The Anschluss of Austria. Okay, so Germany has eaten Austria. You know what? Have at it, old chaps. Have at it. It's nearly 1939, and I still have yet to build a single mill. We should probably at least start to build a bit of a military industry. And we're going to develop our colonies nicely. We've done Commonwealth ties. Let's develop the Raj first. Give all our colonies some love, and maybe eat them in the end. We'll see. Okay, here we are. Our next big event, the Munich conference. Shall we defend the Czechs? No. Just like our timeline, the Czechs are on their own. Good luck, guys. Oh, good. They've come to an agreement. We have been spared another world war. Tremendous work, Chamberlain. This will be the last time that Germany and Czechoslovakia will ever have issues. We have settled this once and for all right here. Now, another big event has happened, and I believe Paradox added this event not too long ago, and it is just sort of a reminder. Yeah, you should probably guarantee Poland as you're playing the UK, because sometimes, you know what, honestly, you forget, or you didn't even realize. So we can offer the Poles our protection, or we can let the Mustache Man do as he pleases. You know what, Mustache Man? You can take Poland as well. King Zog and the Albanians have submitted to Italy. That wasn't really our concern. And wait a minute, the fate of Czechoslovakia? I thought there was going to be no more issues with the Czechs. Germany, do you care to explain yourself right now? This isn't what we agreed on. No, I still think we're alright, okay? Just don't do any more, alright? Well, here we go. Poland has refused the German ultimatum, and Germany is at war with Poland. And we are not at war with Germany. And yeah, Poland has not joined a faction. There's no faction for them to join. I do feel kind of bad about this. Sorry, Poland. Well, there goes Poland. Germany has taken everything. We'll see where they set their sights now. I'm kind of curious if they'll just do the historical path, go take Denmark, Norway, and then around the Maginot Line. We'll see what happens there. I wonder if they'll still give the Soviets the East, even though they just ate Poland in a peace deal. Yeah, the Soviets did still get the East of Poland. I've barely used helicopters in this game before, but you know what? Today I'm going to give them a try, so let's get helicopters in production. Well, I've still been keeping up with some subversive activities, at least, in Germany and Italy. Well, it appears the Germans are headed towards the Benelux next. And also, Mexican oil's been nationalized. I think it'd be quite funny if we just got a war goal on Mexico and did that, instead of going after the Germans and the Axis. But you know what? There's nothing we can do. We'll just lose the 25 political power. And there we go. Germany has just taken out all of the Benelux. They've annexed all the European lands, and they also have the Congo, and they've also taken all of Indonesia. But guys, if you do one more thing, I swear, we're coming after you. I swear, I promise. Not really. Oh great, a new nation that we can appease. Spain has entered a demilitarized zone in Tangier. You know what, Spain? Your promise is good enough. We're not going to get a war goal on you. No, you're good. And Germany has declared on France, our former allies in the Great War. Again, we can invite France if we wanted to, but I believe in you, Leon. Okay, well, the Germans are right outside of Paris. They're making very good headway into France. We could still invite France and save them. That's not in the spirit of this challenge. You know what we can do in the meantime? Why don't we hold the Imperial Conference? And the Germans have taken Paris. And look at that. Italy has taken 57 states. Are you serious, Germany? Germany only took 12 states. How did Italy get all of this war score? Wow. You know what, Mussolini? I doubted you. We all did, to be frank. But you've done it. You have formed a nice empire for yourself today. It's good to see other countries are following into our appeasement strategy. Romania has appeased the Soviets by giving them Bessarabia. Alright, there we go. The 1940 Imperial Conference is underway. We should do the Indian autonomy focus. That way they actually accept some of our Imperial Federation stuff. Maybe I messed it up a bit because it says, without autonomy or Lord Halifax as our country leader, the British Raj will not accept any proposals. This is a 70-day focus. We have 60 days to do this thing. I may have messed up a little bit there. Okay, well, maybe I haven't messed up. Rest in peace, Neville Chamberlain. We can get Winston Churchill, who's a British bulldog. He's obviously took over the UK during wartime, but we're not at war. So Lord Halifax is Chamberlain's first choice. Welcome in, Lord Halifax. I guess Lord Halifax has saved our butts here. Let's discuss Imperial defense, and I'm gonna do the max amount of pressure for all of these ones and just hope that they agree. Of course, we have to discuss appeasement at the Imperial Conference. Surely, they all agree with what we're doing here, right? Alright, well, Italy has gone after Greece. After getting a lot of France here, let's see if he can take out Greece by himself. Okay, well, not really by himself, because Bulgaria, Romania, Hungary, and Germany are also involved. Okay, but the Axis has grown into the Americas. Venezuela has joined. This is a bit worrying. I thought appeasement was the plan, but this doesn't seem like it's working. Alright, and we might as well discuss Imperial Federation. Let's see how this goes. New Zealand has accepted. Australia, British Raj, Canada, and South Africa have all accepted. The Imperial Federation has been a success. This was made possible, guys, just because of appeasement, alright? Trust me. You know what? This one really pains me, because Greece always holds out so well against Italy and everyone. They're asking to join the Allies. I'm sorry, Greece. We're better off without you. This really hurts me to do, though. It didn't hurt me to do it to France or any of the Benelux, but man, it does hurt me to do this to Greece. And there goes Greece. That is very sad. And it appears our intel has picked up that the Germans are going after the Soviet Union. So interestingly enough, they haven't gone after Denmark or Norway. And yes, the Germans have gone in on the Soviet Union. Okay, Ethiopia has joined the Comintern. So they are still around, and Papa Stalin has taken them in under his wing. I'm sure the Germans will do quite well, not having to worry about the Allies, us of course. Now I saw this at the top of my screen, I thought it was the USA looking to join our faction, but no, it is Liberia. Should I let Liberia into the faction? Liberia, welcome into the Allies. The first foreign country into the Allies is Liberia. Now, by doing this, I was also curious to see what the AI would do, and Yugoslavia is still alive, and they flipped to the Brown Party, and they're in the Axis now. That is one oddity, as well as Denmark and Norway not being declared on. This must be Japan. Yes, Japan is justifying on us. This one, I don't think we can avoid. We are going to be dragged into conflict, so I guess we'll have to deal with Japan. This will finally wake us up out of our slumber. I guess we'll go ahead and start doing something this game. Hey, wait, I missed something here. Sweden is in the Comintern, and they're invading Finland as well. What is going on here? Italy has got a landing down here. The Germans are also pushing very heavily, very quickly into the Soviets. We'll see if Stalin's gonna do alright. I believe in you, Stalin, just like I believed in Leon Blum. The 18th of September, 1941, we were woken up at 9 in the morning in shock. Lord Edward Halifax is in shock. He was shaking. Japan has declared war on British Malaya. We are officially in a state of war. Our troops are still headed over there. Alright, and Japan has declared on the Philippines, which should mean the US is now at war. And you know what? America, welcome into the faction. The Germans are at the gates of Moscow, and the Japanese are pushing into our colonies, into British Malaya. Maybe appeasement was not the right thing to do. And finally, we're engaged in a conflict here. The first shots have been fired by the British Army here in this game. And here's the first encirclement. Yeah, I like this event here. The question of Radikalna Yugoslavia. It says right here that they've remained non-committal, trading with Germany, but stopping well short of joining the Axis. We might want to fire whoever's in charge of foreign affairs because I believe they're in the Axis. Looks like the Mexicans have similar ideas to us. They're trying to naval invade Bangkok. Fortunately, doesn't look like it went that well for them. Our invasion is now ready to go as well. Let's avenge the Mexicans. And another event has hit us, the Anglo-Soviet invasion of Iran. That's topical, I guess. We'll let the Soviets deal with this one. Good luck, Stalin. Okay, our invasion here is hitting the coast. There we go. Looks like we've secured this landing. Japan actually can't reinforce through Indochina because it's actually controlled by Italy and Germany. And there we go, we have capitulated the Siamese Empire. Alright, Japan, we are about to strike very close to you. We're going to take the island of Taiwan and build it up for our own use. Get some radar on it, get an airport on it, and eventually strike the mainland. They had nothing here. That's a shame. I was kind of hoping to destroy some divisions here. Also, through our decisions here, we can invoke the alliance of 1373 and see if we can get Portugal in our alliance. It looks like they've accepted already. We've got Portugal into the allies. It'd be a good staging ground if Spain decides to act up. And now we're going after Okinawa. We should be able to take it. Looks like they do have a paratrooper here. But yes, there we go. We've taken Okinawa now fully. Alright, it is time we make headway and defeat tyranny here in East Asia. Alright, we've secured a landing here. There we go, we're moving along quite nicely here into Japan. This offensive is going really well. So we just have to capitulate Japan to end this. We've taken 68,000 casualties. We've inflicted 400,000, that's pretty good. There we go, we've captured Tokyo. And Japan has capitulated. We have 64% of the war score. That is really good. I think sinking ships gives a lot of war score, so that makes sense because our Navy absolutely blew theirs out of the water. Let's see, what do they have left? They still do have a lot, but we did manage to get the Yamato, it appears. There we go. Peace deal is over with. We have taken 24 states. That's right. We're not going to let Japan do this again. We're just going to take everything that they have. Great job. We defeated tyranny. There's no more left in the world. Okay, there is actually still quite a bit left in the world. Let's see how close the Soviets are to capitulating. 96% towards capitulation, and Sweden 92%. So it looks like the Germans will accomplish their goals of defeating the Soviet Union, and as well, with this war done, we have gotten all of our colonies down to being at least an integrated puppet. That means it's time to do the Imperial Federation. Because what better way to defeat a supercharged Germany than to become a supercharged Imperial Federation United Kingdom? Let's do that. Okay, well, there it is. The Treaty of Moscow is here. Germany and Italy have once again destroyed their enemies. I wonder if the Germans will somehow go to war with us. We'll see what happens. If not, I can obviously justify on them. Focus complete. Imperial Federation. We've got a new flag. We're now the Commonwealth of Nations. And look at us now. We have 453 factories. Free France still exists somewhere. We're going to invite them into our faction. So it looks like Free France still exists here in India, so it is good to have them back. We'll liberate the French lands, of course. Well, this is going to put our faction at war with the Germans finally. The United States has actually declared on Germany first. I'm guessing it's probably because of the Monroe Doctrine. We're still getting a few more troops out. We have a lot of territory to defend. But yes, I wasn't going to join any wars unless they declared on me, but I'll need to give it a little bit of time first. And just as we're about to join the war, Turkey has asked to join the Allies. Go right ahead, Turkey. Welcome in. We could use your help. Yes, our troops are finally arriving on the front. We gotta save Liberia, guys. Come on. Alright, I think this fits in the spirit of the video because I'm not the one who declared. Let's join the war. We're now at war with the entire Axis. Alright, and I hope I have all the fronts covered. I probably missed one or two somewhere. Most of the fighting, I'm assuming, for the first little bit of this conflict will be in Africa. We gotta secure our holdings down here. And yes, our naval bombers and our navy is doing nice work in the English Channel, clearing out all of the submarines and fleets in the region. Also, we're winning across all fronts. A massive success for our involvement so far. There we go. Italian East Africa down. They've capitulated. Also, we've started producing some strap bombers. Let's get rid of all their infrastructure here. Look at the amount of buildings we were just bombing there before they started intercepting us. And Italy has declared on Switzerland, which brings Switzerland into our faction, and finally Switzerland is no longer neutral. Alright, we're finally mopping up the Germans here in the Congo. I'm going to start my offensive in North Africa as well. I just had to build a port, and yeah, we've already captured Tobruk. The Americans must have pushed while I wasn't looking. We're going to battle plan this as well, and yes, Nationalist Spain has joined the Axis. Thankfully, I did station some troops here in Gibraltar. I had a feeling something like this would happen, and unfortunately, Switzerland is down to their last tile. There we go, we've taken Tripoli, and the Americans are doing a massive naval invasion here of Tunisia. They've also done a naval invasion of Morocco. Very nice. We're finally making our great push out into Spain. That's right, we pushed out from Gibraltar and circled a ton of Axis troops already. Also, I'm planning invasions here into Italy with some pretty darn good marine divisions that I've designed. I'll show you the template if you are curious. They're 30 width. I've also got some troops headed up here to try to save Turkey. They're not doing too hot, having to fight on like 4 or 3 fronts. Operation Pizza is a go. Let's take Italy out. Mussolini's been deposed already. Wow, they were really not looking for much to get rid of this guy. Unfortunately, our offensive here in the Middle East did not save Turkey. They were pushed heavily. And we have the fall of Rome already. There we go, cut Italy in half, and the Italian Civil War is here already. We do have the puppet, of course, and I've just the perfect weapon for these Germans today. That is high explosive research. That's right, the nuclear bomb. And I also have the perfect target, the heart of Germany, Germania. Finally, all of Africa has been mopped up. I mean, apart from Madagascar, but I don't think Mussolini's going to do too much down here. Our focus now is on Europe. This isn't a true British game, unless we invade Ireland. So let's hit this decision right here, and we've declared war on Ireland. I didn't even know the UK had this option, but I mean, of course they did, right? Okay, here comes this big invasion of Spain. Let's see how it goes. Well, unfortunately, we don't have air superiority, and they do have a bit of air superiority blocking us here, so we do have a 25% chance that this is successful. Let's see if we defy the odds. We actually did it. That is nuts. We have launched a successful nuclear strike. Yep, there's the event, the atomic bombing of Berlin. There we go, with a little bit of a front line and actually pushing with our air superiority. We've capitulated Nationalist Spain, and we're liberating Portugal at the same time. Let's take a quick look at the casualties thus far. We've taken already 780,000 casualties, 340,000 casualties to the Germans. We've inflicted 1.5 million to them, 240,000 casualties to the Italians, and we've inflicted 1.7 million. It's time for a true, real D-Day. Alright, let's launch. And look at this. The Norwegians have the same idea as us. They've also launched into the Benelux. There we go. We've liberated Paris. I was actually fighting mainly over here in the Middle East and Asia, and I realized our allies have pushed very, very nicely here into Germany and into France. So why don't we push with them? I'm going to go ahead and activate all of our battle plans. And there we go, we've made it into the nuclear wasteland of Germania. There we go, Italy has capitulated, finally. Sorry, Austria. Every single one of these Axis nations here in the Balkans are major powers, so we will need to capitulate all of them, not just Germany, to end this conflict. But we are moving along quite nicely, and as a response to all of these guys being majors, we do have something prepared for them, let's just say that. There we go, we have capitulated Germany, and our nuclear strikes are just about ready on all these guys. There goes Belgrade. There goes Sofia and Bucharest, and there goes Budapest. All of them have been successful, and as we're watching the Axis crumble, let's take a look at the final casualties. We've taken just under 2 million, a million flat to the Germans, and we've inflicted 4.3 million, 460,000 Italians, and we've taken out over 2 million. And there we go. The war is over. Well, the peace deal is over. And you know what? I think the best way to avoid Germany starting anything else is to, well, make Germany not a thing anymore. But anyways, that's going to do it for this one. It was cool having to play late game and defeat the mega supercharged Germany and the Axis. That was a lot of fun. As you can see, I liberated a ton of countries. I liberated a lot of countries that were eaten, like Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia. They're not puppets, they're actually full-on liberated. If you guys have managed to watch this far, please consider leaving a like or subscribing. It would mean a lot to me, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.